Hey there, it's Laurie Scherer with the Scherer Team and my partner.
Dan Carp with the Carp Group.
And who are we? So we'd like to share a little bit about how we each got to where we are here in real estate, our careers. And I'm going to go first because the elders go first. I started out in New York as a dental hygienist, something I wanted to do for many, many years. And I was really loving my career as a dental hygienist. I worked for several different dentists and built up their dental hygiene side of the practice. And I was fortunate enough to be connected with a periodontist. And we were at the forefront of when implants were first being done. And we learned a whole new set of options for people to be able to provide implant dentistry for them. And I worked with him for 9 years. I did dental hygiene for almost 20 years. When I moved to Florida, my love of dentistry sort of waned a little bit, and I ended up joining my husband at the time in the optical business. And we're in the manufacturing business of optical lenses. We successfully did that and built up a business and learned a lot about the market in Florida, which was very different than the market in New York. And what I loved about it was seeing people excel in their positions. We did a lot of training. We had a lot of people who never were in that industry before. So just to see them be ecstatic about what they're doing and how they could be advancing in their careers, very exciting. We did that for about 10 years, and then we sold the business, and it was time for me to figure out something else. Where else am I going? So what do I love? I love helping people. I like learning things. I loved houses, and that's the last thing that anybody ever really wants to hear when they say, why did you get into real estate? Because it's really not about loving houses. It's about helping people and about being in relationship with them and listening to them. And so 25 years later, here I am. I am still in the real estate industry, and I still do it at a high level of passion because I love when people find the house they're looking for, working with a buyer, or most importantly for me, working with sellers, whether it's working with the families who've lost their loved one or the loved one has moved out. I just love being an asset and helping people.
And a trusted partner.
And a trusted, yes,
yeah.
Absolutely.
And I'll add one more thing I think that's relevant is you mentioned teaching and expanding your practice in dentistry and when you were working in the eyewear business. You do that for us all the time. Laurie is 25 years in the real estate business. Laurie is a mentor to a lot of our agents and really leads in so many ways, but leads by example, all the things that she's experienced. And so we're grateful that you landed in real estate and that we have this partnership together. For me, my wife and I actually owned a supplemental math education business. We owned a few different locations in New York and New Jersey. It's similar to what Laurie shared. It was all about the people. I think there's the two largest assets probably in our world, in our family, are our kids and our homes, right? Those are from a monetary standpoint and from a family standpoint, family and your biggest equity asset in real estate is really vital. So the privilege of working with hundreds and thousands of families in California, New York, New Jersey, who trusted our business with their kids, and it wasn't always easy. They didn't always want to be there. And once they got there, we had to find a way to customize programs for them to make them feel comfortable. And it was fun. It was exciting. And through that, I really knew I wanted to be in a business that had to do with people and building relationships and being the trusted person for them for whatever they needed. And in about 2014, we had accumulated a few of these learning centers, and we were able to exit. And I was already helping people with real estate. I had my license in New Jersey and New York, and got involved with commercial residential real estate in New York and New Jersey, and then moved down to Florida in 2018. And I always had the vision of doing what we did prior, which was building a platform, building a place for good relationship-driven people who have a passion for real estate and building relationships, for them to excel and not have to worry about some of the administrative functions that aren't necessarily that could take away from the relationship. And so our team has been successful in leveraging a lot of that, allowing our team and our agents to build relationships. And I got into the business because of that, because of relationships, and I'm grateful that I did.
Well, that's why our alignment works so successfully too, because we're both passionate about what we do, and you've allowed me the freedom to focus on servicing my clients, my friends, my customers, and that those other details are handled by the platform of the team. So I'm grateful for you. And yeah, we're both kind of interesting people. So, call on us. We'd love to hear from you.